Meanwhile, even prominent Democrats are reportedly befuddled by Harris's new book detailing her whirlwind presidential campaign. Former Obama senior advisor David Axelrod told Politico, quote, "If there's a political strategy here, it's a bad one. There's an awful lot of grievances and finger-pointing that really do not serve a political agenda." Harris also revealing what former President Biden told her right before her only debate against President Trump. The New York Post reporting, quote, Biden went on to talk about his past debate performances, leaving Harris confused, angry, and disappointed, she writes. She was upset that her boss had called before a critical moment in her political career and made it, quote, all about himself. Gregory, your reaction?
Well, I think the Democratic Party in general is confused here. And I look at Kamala Harris. I view her basically right now as irrelevant to the political dialogue that we're seeing across the country. If you look at the reasons that this president was elected and what he's executing on, I mean, the train has left the station in one direction. And some of the Democrats just keep going back to this narrative, which didn't resonate very well in November of 2024.
Well, I got to tell you, we've studied this and have had a front row seat in all of this in this campaign and presidential elections these last 10 years. And if you're going to tell me that Kamala's biggest problem was a phone call she got right before her debate, I'm going to look to sell you a bridge. Yeah. I mean, give me a break. She was never prepared for any of these public appearances.
You make an excellent point. And if we all get 15 minutes of fame, Vice President Harris is at 14 minutes and 45 seconds. She's about ready to go stage right off the stage. Yeah, look, this is the first tell-all book that tells us nothing new. We knew the president was in a situation where he was not at his best mental capacities. So none of this is particularly new or insightful information about the administration. And quite frankly, the fact that she knew it and did nothing because it was to her political gain to do nothing makes it even worse.
Well, that's a good point. And that is really how I feel as well. I mean, for all of those years, you told us your boss was fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. I just saw President Biden. He's really strong, this and that. All lies so that it could serve her political her political moment. But now they're all running for cover. I mean, former First Lady Jill Biden's ex-spokesperson coming down on the Biden White House as well. This is Michael LaRosa told the New York Post, quote, mean girls ruled a White House cult that once shielded the former First Lady and her husband, griping that a Biden bubble was full of bullies, David.
I don't know where this, clearly there's an HR issue here. Remember, LaRosa was fired from the administration, so they had their HR issues with staff. It seems like maybe they needed more bringing people together, more team building exercises in the Biden administration, which they didn't have. But again, none of this is particularly insightful. We know they had messaging problems in the White House. And I'm one of those that when you work for your boss, you should stay loyal to your boss.
Yeah, or quit.
Or quit.
Yeah,
right.
or look, I can't be this. I can't toe the line.
I can't toe the line. Yeah, there are certainly HR issues here for sure. But you would think in general, when you analyze this, you would think the Democratic Party would want to move in a different direction, but they keep doubling down.
And she's out on a book tour.